Hello, this is Paranormal Girl, and I will be talking about the types of jinn there are. The jinn, also known as genies in Arabic and jinn singular, are spiritual creatures in Islam and Arabic folklore. They are mentioned in the Quran and other Islamic texts and inhabit an unseen world in the dimensions beyond the visible universe of humans. Throughout Arabian lore, there are different types of jinn. Although the Quran mentions only three, the marid, the ifrit, and the jinn. Other names include Jan, Gould, Shaitans, Hin, Nasanas, Sheikh, Silat, and a host of others. The names above depending on the region of the Middle Eastern country. Some of the best known jinn are the ghoul. The ghoul are shape-shifting, cannibalistic, and blood-drinking creatures that feed on the flesh of human beings, especially travellers, children, or corpses stolen out of graves. The oldest reference to the ghoul in Arabian lore are found in the Book of 1001 Nights. There are several types of ghoul, and the most feared is a female one called ghoulah, which has the ability to appear as a normal mortal woman. According to law, such a creature marries an unsuspecting man who becomes her prey. The ghoul are nocturnal creatures who inhabit graveyards, ruins, and other lonely places. Sometimes they are described as dead humans who sleep for long periods in secret graves and then awake, rise, and feast on both the living and the dead. Ghoul are also personify the unknown terrors held by the desert. In Persia, the law, the ghoul has the legs of a donkey and the horns of a goat. The Jinn. The Jinn are jinn close to animals, and they especially like to appear as dogs. In miraculous aspects of things existing, Arabic or the Book of Jinn, Zachariah bin Muhammad al-Qazwini claimed to have sighted these creatures in Arabia, Persia, and India. The book contains several pages dedicated to this particular jinn. The Ifrit. The Ifrit, or a variation of the Afrit, is cited only once in the Quran, in reference to the genie who fetched the throne of the Queen of Sheba at the command of King Solomon. In law, it is evil and powerful and difficult to control. The Ifrits, in a class of infernal jinn noted for their strength and cunning. An Ifrit is an enormous winged creature of fire, either male or female, who lives underground and frequents ruins. Ifrits live in society structured along ancient Arab tribal lines, complete with kings, tribes, and clans. They generally marry one another, but they can also marry humans. While ordinary weapons and forces have no power over them, they are susceptible to magic, which humans can use to kill or capture and enslave them. As with the jinn, an Ifrit may be either a believer or an unbeliever, good or evil. It is most often depicted as a wicked and ruthless being. The Jann. Jann are shapeshifters who live in the desert and take the forms of whirlwinds and white camels. They are open-minded about humans and were amongst the first jinn encountered by people. They have the power to hide or reveal oases in the desert depending on whether they like or dislike a party of travellers. They are the enemies of the ghoul. Throughout history, the Jann have protected armies they deem as righteous, while impeding those who deem unworthy. The entire course of history is affected when they help a side. As a result, many events vital to Islamic history have been attributed to the Jann. The Marid. In Arabic folklore and common mythology, the Marid is a large and powerful jinn, Marids are mentioned in pre-Islamic Arabian mythology and inside the 1001 Nights along the Jinn in the story of the fisherman and the genie. The term marid is still used in Arabic to refer to giants. The mythology. Marids are often described as the most powerful type of jinn, having especially great powers. They are most proud as well, and like every jinn, they have free will, yet could be compelled to perform chores. According to folklore, they have the ability to grant wishes to mortals, but that usually requires battle, imprisonment, rituals, or just a great deal of flattery. The Bahamut, the giant fish in the Quran, is an example of the non-humanoid form of this particular jinn. The Nasnas. The Nasnas is another weak form of jinn, hybrid of human. Like and animal-like forms, you may encounter some of our encounters with the mysterious creatures. It is described in the book of 1001 Nights as a half-human being that is, or has, half a head, half a body, one arm, one leg, and it hops around on its single leg. The Nasnas was said to be the offspring of Ship, and a human being. Also, in Somali folklore, there is a creature called the Zungoof or Humgroof, which resembles the Nasnas, as it has the same characteristics and features. It's believed it can kill a person just by touching them, and the person would be fleshless in mere seconds. Palace. The palace is a vampiric footlicker that lives in the desert. It has a low intelligence and can be easily outwitted. According to law, it attacks sleeping people and drains their blood by licking the soles of their feet. It can be fooled by two people sleeping end to end with the soles of their feet together or under each other's head. Shaitan. The shaitan is a malevolent creature in Islamic theology and mythology. Apart from its generic designation, used with the definite article, al-shaitan refers to the head of the shaitan, known as Iblis. Shaitan are generally hermaphrodite, unable to marry or love, or reproduce. And they reproduce by laying eggs. Unlike other jinn, shaitan lack free will. They cannot choose between good and evil, and the shaitan is a rebellious and malevolent genie associated with demonic forces. The sheik is a lower form of jinn, a half creature, literally half formed and thus monstrous in appearance. Mohammed al-Khwarizmi included in the Kandahar the creature from the Southern Asian epic Ramayana as the Sheik Jinn. And there's a picture of the Sheik Jinn there. The Silat are expert shapeshifters and the smartest of the jinn. They can mimic human appearance with ease. These creatures are also part of Persian folklore. And I will leave some links in the description. Again, this is a very interesting read. And thank you for listening.